You're listening to The Services Brief, part of Main Street Media. I'm Taylor. It's Monday, June 1, 2026. 3 stories across the service economy and what each one means for the owner. Let's start with the people problem, because right now it's a cost problem too. The 2026 Cleaning Labor Outlook from CleanLink lays out something every owner with hourly crews already feels. The pool of dependable, show-up everyday workers has gotten thinner, and it isn't refilling. Immigration has slowed. Fewer young people are taking hourly service jobs, and turnover in commercial cleaning is running high enough that recruiting and retraining costs are quietly eating already thin margins. At the same time, broad wage growth has cooled. Average hourly earnings were climbing around 4% a year through 2025, but by March 2026, the Bureau of Labor Statistics had that down to 3.5%, and most employers are budgeting raises of about 3.5% for the year. Here's what that means if you run a service business with employees. The headline says wage pressure is easing. The ground truth says the opposite for anyone who needs reliable bodies on a job site. Your competition for a good crew member is no longer just the shop down the street. It's a warehouse, a delivery route, a retail floor that pays the same and never asks anyone to scrub a floor at 5 in the morning. A 3.5% raise on paper does not win that fight. Retention wins it. The concrete implication: stop budgeting pay off the national average and start budgeting it off what it actually costs you to replace your 10th best employee. If that replacement number is higher than a targeted raise, and it usually is, you've just found your most profitable price increase. Second story, operations. Housecall Pro pushed out a major platform overhaul this May. They rebuilt the mobile app from the ground up, modernized the web experience, and upgraded routing and reporting. New job, estimate, and invoice screens on the phone, redesigned navigation in the office, and a cleaner scheduling view on the way. This one matters because it's a specific, already paid-for upgrade sitting inside software a lot of you run every day, not a someday promise about artificial intelligence. So what does it mean for an owner? The friction that slows your techs between jobs, fumbling to build an estimate in the driveway, rekeying an invoice back at the shop, is exactly what these rebuilds target. Minutes per job multiplied across every tech every day is where field service margin quietly lives or dies. The concrete implication: if a field tech or your office manager hasn't actually opened the new version and walked through how an estimate gets built today, block 30 minutes this week to do it. The slowest part of your workflow may have just gotten faster, and you won't capture a minute of that unless someone goes looking. Third story, strategy, and it's moving into the fitness world. Capital is pouring into premium experiential fitness right now. The Pack, a strength, cardio, and striking concept, just signed its first franchise development deals for 18 units, 8 in northern New Jersey and 10 in South Florida. Lifetime opened a 91,000 square foot luxury athletic club in Paradise Valley, Arizona. And Southwest Fitness Holdings is putting $12 million into a 36,000 square foot crunch in Fort Worth. The thread connecting those is a bet on the high end. None of these are budget plays. They're wagers that members will pay a premium for an experience they can't get at a $10 gym or replicate at home. What does that mean for you, even if you'll never own a gym? It's a read on where consumer service dollars are flowing, toward businesses that have made themselves clearly worth more, not businesses fighting to be the cheapest. If you've been holding your rates flat out of fear that customers will walk, the people writing 8-figure checks into service real estate are betting against you. The concrete implication: pick the one part of your service that customers already rave about and work out what it would take to make that the reason you charge more, before you assume the only lever you've got is doing the same thing for less. That's it for Monday. Find all of Main Street Media's shows wherever you listen. Subscribe, leave a review, and I'll see you Friday for the Business Spotlight.